Do you feel like, because I don't think artists, at least even 5, 10 years back, appreciate the radio promo run like they used to. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of these younger guys didn't necessarily break on radio and or understand the importance of radio. Or do you notice that in terms of like certain artists maybe not wanting to do, you know, come to the station or do a radio run or do like a promo show, shit like that?
Not a lot, but some.
Yeah.
Again, just not well educated. I think they've fallen into the fantasy of streaming, which, you know, I don't necessarily buy it all, that it's legitimate. I think if you want to be a household name, though, you want to be on the radio.
Yeah.
That's.
I always tell everybody, I say, look, you have a career, you could be big, but if you want a #1 record, if you want to be a superstar,
got to be on the radio.
Radio, it has to be.
Especially markets like LA where people are always in the car.
Right.
Like, you know, and, you know, people always talk about, you know, radio's ability to survive, man. Like, the best talent in the world is on the radio. Like, you know, you could put on a playlist, but I'd rather hear you and James talk about something and then play my favorite record, or you and Big, or
right.
or Breakfast Club, or we just have a lot of great talent in our stable, and, you know, I think they're going to take us into the next.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
In terms of like, obviously, radio as an industry is like shrinking in terms of like the amount of bodies that are around. Like, like even like on the record side, you know, people are getting let go. It feels like more and more if you think of like the UK and they have BBC. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like eventually there'll be like I don't think there'll ever be like a BBC type situation in the US. I just think there's too many companies involved.
Yeah.
But do you feel like eventually there'll be something similar where it's like, this is the morning show for the US. This is you know what I mean? Like, do you feel like it's gonna get there or no?
I don't think so, because I think Big makes sense for LA.
Right.
I think
didn't make sense for New York. He was on Hot 97 for a little bit.
No.
Yeah.
And I probably never told him this story, but I remember my boss calling me and saying, "Hey, should we do this?" And I'd met Big, loved him, and I think, you know, growing up in New York City, I was like, "No, it's a different vibe." It's
100%. There's cities that are like that.
Yeah, like, he's one of the funniest, most talented people I've ever met,
for sure,
and I mean that sincerely. But New York is just a different animal.
New Yorkers they want to hear New Yorkers on the radio. They want to know you're there. They want to know, And
you got to have a little, you know, it could be a little nasty at times, you know, and that's their expectation, and they deserve to get what it is that they want, you know.